Welcome back to another episode of Iniquitous News. I am your host, Lawrence Johnson. We back like cook crack. Happy Friday, people. Lots to talk about, as always. I don't understand, bro. Every 24 hours, it's just like a whirlwind of things happen. And it's just like, well, looks like I got another 20, 30 minutes to talk about something else. Today, our boy Tom, the child predator and pedophile that escaped to Israel, what'd he do? Well, he skipped his court date. It was either the 27th or 28th, and they're like, hey, nah, you need to come back for that joint. He's like, see you never. Which seems to always happen. You do some crazy shit here, you get extradited there, and then next thing you know, you don't get extradited back. Even though everyone in the U.S., I feel like if I was Israel, I'd be like, you know what? We can't make this shit too obvious. Yo, Tom, you fucked up, bro. Go back. We need a tight ship here. But instead, they defended this man. And then the judge over here says, okay, well, you can show up virtually on the 3rd. What? Somebody that was trying to recruit kids to have sex with them shouldn't be doing anything remote in a different country. I need them here in the U.S., in front of a judge, in front of a jury, and then going to prison. And he's head of cyber defense securities over there? What else was he doing? Because obviously he wasn't that good at defense to not let it be known what the fuck he was doing down low. I just want you to think. Is there anybody else or any other country in the world that could get away with something like this? A child predator skipping court, posting bail, fleeing the country without diplomatic immunity. Because that's the latest thing. The FBI, Trump team, they're like, oh, well, he had diplomatic immunity. That's not true. According to Sean King, the research he did, not true whatsoever. Now, I mean, I guess they could switch things over, but it doesn't matter. Your diplomatic immunity, even if he had it, should be immediately revoked when you break the law, especially when it comes to children. Everybody always say, we care about the kids. We care about the kids. They care so much about, no abortions. You can't do that. We care about children. But then when it comes to actually molesting and child pedophiles, they're like, well, let me turn a blind eye. I didn't even see. Tom who? Huh? No, my boy Tom need to come back here and be locked the fuck up. I don't understand. We have ICE that literally camps outside of courtrooms and snatches people away from their children, but somehow we can't get a guy that broke the law and it's all over social media every single day, but, our mainstream news media won't pick it up because, we're occupied. I mean, look at what ICE did today outside of a courtroom where this man was trying to renew his documents. So he had good documents, and he's like, oh, yeah, I need to renew these joints. Goes to court, and then watch. And there's some people that actually this is what I voted for. That's what you voted for? Somebody getting snatched from their kid because they're trying to renew their documents because the process here is fucking stupid and makes everything super difficult. I don't know. That's weird. It sounds kind of inhumane to me. I mean, if you ask me, though, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. But, me personally, I'm like, what? I would never want to see that happen. Does he have a prior criminal record? No. Also, he's been working here and paying taxes, but for whatever reason, his documents is taking mad long. That sounds like a working man and a nice guy that has a family. I kind of want him to stay in this country. That feels like what America should be. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I know one thing I'm not wrong about. When the CDC starts walking out, that's not a good sign. And basically, they cut CDC funding. Then Trump, new lady gets hired by the CDC. He hires her he fires her within a week and a half. Now CDC officials are like, okay, enough is enough. We walking out. People, that's not fucking good. I mean, it's good, good for them. I'm happy you standing up for themselves, but we are fucked without the CDC. They're important people. You know what I mean? And they were met with applause as they left. Then you're probably wondering, oh wait, so why did she get fired? Why did Trump fire her? Because he wanted to. And she didn't sit with the vision of Donald Trump, AKA she wasn't down with the dictator. But no, that's literally the description of what they're saying. I mean, let's listen to Caroline's little, I hate her, but listen to her.
What I will say about this individual is that her lawyer's statement made it abundantly clear themselves that she was not aligned with the president's mission to make America healthy again. And the secretary asked her to resign. She said she would, and then she said she wouldn't, so the president fired her, which he has every right to do. It was President Trump who was overwhelmingly reelected on November 5th. This woman has never received a vote in her life, and the president has the authority to fire those who are not aligned with his mission.
Does that not sound like a dictatorship type thing to say? Well, the president could do what he wants, and you need to align with the vision. Okay, so what if his vision is doing what he's doing now and just headed straight towards dictatorship? If you're against that, you get fired. No wonder the new numbers that just came out are all of a sudden so good because, he fired the statistician before that came out with the real numbers, and now who knows who's back there. But the health shit doesn't stop because now the CDC also announced, well, because of the cutbacks, we also, our food surveillance on illness off the bone and illness in our food, we're going to have to cut back on that too. Hello? That's our problem. That means we go into the supermarket, your grocery store, you buying food, it's not going through the same. We already make our food in a terrible way, people. We do mass killing. We do slaughterhouses. We use a lot of nasty stuff to influx and do all the bullshit to our food, and now they're going to check it even less. Tell you, at this point, I'm starting to think maybe our government is just slowly trying to kill the American people because it doesn't stop there. Medicare, what's their new play there? Well, Medicare is now going to go to an AI system that may deny you before the procedure actually takes place. In 2026, they are launching this in 6 states. Like Jersey, Ohio, a couple random down south states. I don't remember these, but it doesn't matter. You heard what I just said, right? So that means you can literally be in a life-threatening situation. You get rushed to the hospital, your older, your parents or your grandparents get rushed to the hospital, and then before they about to do the procedure, like, wait a second, we're just gonna have to check with Medicare, before we didn't have to do all these, hoops that we have to go through. But so AI is gonna just make sure that you're, available to do this procedure, like. AKA, are you broke or not? If you don't have enough money or we don't think that you're going to be able to cover this or pay us back, you're not getting the surgery. You die. Straight up, that's exactly what it is. Think about that. You have an injury, you get rushed to wherever you're at. Oh, I need surgery right now. You do need surgery. Oh, wait, sorry. AI says you're no good. We're going to have to deny the coverage. They already deny coverage all the time now as people. AI, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what the fuck is going to happen. We are cooked. Then RFK gave us some intriguing, egregious sound bites over the past couple of days where I think he's actually a dumbass, to be honest with you. At this point in time, I've got to the point, I've heard him, maybe he could make America healthy. No, the guy's a fucking idiot. First things first, he said he could see kids with a mitochondria problem. Listen to that, please. Just real quick.
And I know what a healthy child is supposed to look like. I'm looking at kids as I walk through the airports today, as I walk down the street, and I see these kids that are just overburdened with mitochondrial challenges, with inflammation. You can tell from their faces, from their body movements, and from their lack of social connection. And I know that that's not how our children are supposed to look.
First off, you still sound fucking terrible. But second off, no, you can't. That's not possible. You can't see that type of thing on a child just by looking at them. Especially your old ass. I don't even think you'd be able to, hey man, read my fucking fingers. I feel like you would do this. And you're visibly shaking while you're answering shit because you're fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's cooked. I'm so sick of him. How do we let him get in charge? You know what I mean? He was supposed to just be like a guy that was like an advisor. This man is making decisions, and bad ones at that. What did he say? We need to stop trusting the experts. Who the fuck ever say that? Unless you are an expert yourself and you just came up with some Mephistophelian discovery. But you're neither of those things. You're a guy that used to do heroin in high school and was a drug addict. And not saying that drug addicts can't bounce back. But you haven't done much that has ever impressed me throughout your life. Really, the only thing you're holding on to is your name, and that's Kennedy. If you was just a nobody, you would just be another drug addict on the street with a bad voice. and a bad story. But because you have that name, now you decide, oh yeah, let me just fuck things up for everybody. I don't understand what you think about that. But when somebody say don't trust the experts, I don't trust them. Go ahead, play that.
We need to stop trusting the experts, right? We were told at the beginning of COVID, don't look at any data yourself. Don't do any investigation yourself. Just trust the experts. And trusting the experts is not a feature of science. It's not a feature of democracy. It's a feature of religion, and it's a feature of totalitarianism.
As always, now we are into the occupied country part of the program, where we start to talk about just how much the blue and white are taking over. Well, they just launched a new app where basically you report anti-Semitism, and that means they go get you. And then they report it to other people and basically try to ruin your life. Then at the same time, Beverly Hills High School has now approved of flying the Israeli flag in all schools. Yeah, a foreign country, right? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Imagine if somebody else was just like, oh yeah, I know. I'm from France. But I just feel like, you know, a lot of French people are uncomfortable right now, so we're gonna fly the French flag. People are gonna look at you like you're fucking crazy. But Israel is, no. We know the Star of David's on there, but it's about standing with our Jewish students. It's not about supporting a foreign country. The fuck are y'all talking about? This would not go down anywhere. But obviously Beverly Hills, mostly Jewish, this should pass with flying colors. And I want you to ask yourself, literally, any other country, would you find it surprising if you walked into a school and you're just like, wait, why are you flying that flag next to the American one? Because the point of coming here is to be a part of America, right? You're supposed to, oh yeah, this is a melting pot. We're proud to be here. Memdani, I forgot, not Memdani. I forgot what this dude's name is. He be doing good interviews, though. I be seeing him online. Interview one of these dudes from the IDF, and he's like, well, how is Hamas different from the IDF, supposedly? And as usual, they use human civilians, and they use them as shields. It's like, wait, well, Tel Aviv, isn't that where the IDF headquarters are? Like, directly in Tel Aviv, like underneath the ground in center Tel Aviv, like amongst all civilians? Is that not a double standard? Listen to him play mental gymnastics.
Could you tell our viewers, where are the headquarters of the Israeli military? Where is the IDF military's headquarters?
The military is in Tel Aviv. But
it's in the heart of Tel Aviv. So does that mean that any Palestinian group can blow up all of Tel Aviv to get to the IDF?
No, because when you see, because the Israeli headquarters, they don't have tanks, they don't have missiles there.
The Israeli military headquarters is underneath Tel Aviv. It is near train stations, shopping centers, residential buildings. This is hypocrisy to say one side hides under civilians, but the other one doesn't. Mossad is also in Tel Aviv.
I'll tell you why not. Because Israel does not use this as a military base.
Of course you do. It's the headquarters of the IDF. It's where you plan your war. It would be a legitimate target in any war to attack a military headquarters.
Everything is a double standard. Everything's misinformation if it's information that's bad about Israel. And now they're even going after Wikipedia. Yeah, can you believe that? Wiki. They're saying, well, we need to get rid of the early life, that adaptation, because it doesn't look good for Israel. What, that you guys were created in 1948 and then did the Nakba, which is basically a genocide right after a genocide just happened, and then you just wiped a bunch of land away from people, and now they have no reparations and nothing to get back? I guess if you don't want to look like terrible historically, you probably would want that erased. But I always thought we believed in transparency and honesty when it comes to history. I know our president's trying to change museums and shit like that, but like, you're trying to change a website? This is what I mean when I say occupied, people. Like, no matter what's going on, somehow that country has control. Germany, the ones that pulled off the first one, they sticking with them too. I'm like, wait, do y'all not understand what y'all just did? Y'all really want to defend this as a government? The people are not on the side at all. They're protesting in the streets. And I always thought maybe it was like American cops are the ones that are like overly aggressive. But it happens in Germany too. Look at this. This lady get punched dead in the face. She eat 2 punches dead to the face. And she's going to be called a violent protester. I mean, look at this. But how crazy is that you got to take 2 punches to the face and you can't fight back because then all of a sudden you're assaulting an officer? That's what sucks about the current system in society. It's just like, most of the time, no offense to cops, I feel like a majority of them are in that position to be aggressors. Like, they go into being a cop to be like, yo, I'm trying to catch criminals. I'm trying to stop bad shit. And so no matter what they do, when they're thrown into a situation, they are usually the ones that take shit up a notch because they want it to be taken up a notch. They may not say it out loud, but I really feel like deep in their gut, they're like, nah, I need shit to break loose because maybe they hadn't been in a shootout before. Maybe they never actually got to put their hands on somebody. You know what I mean? Because whenever a protest happens, somehow it always ends up violent, especially when it has to do with Free Palestine, right? Or Black Lives Matter, or the Mexican or Against ICE march. But somehow violence never breaks out when the Nazis go out to march, or the KKK, or the Proud Boys. I group them all in the same name. You know what I mean? They're all the same thing to me. But when they go out with guns and masks and burn stuff and burn their sticks, what was that? Wherever the fuck that was in Carolina. No violence ever. So to me, either you agree with them or you're scared of them and you don't want to get violent. I don't know which one it is. But to me, it smells like you either with them or you bitch. I don't know which one it is. And then we got Turkey, who has decided, yeah, enough is enough. We cutting all this shit off. There's no more Israel that's going to be going down with this. That trade shit, dead. More countries need to be like this because that's the only way we can actually make effective change. If we keep on acting like they're not doing anything wrong, they're going to keep on executing people and civilians. That's the fucking problem. The other problem is we have people like J.D. Vance, who just loves to do stupid-ass interviews. And he said something weird, though, this time. He tried to praise Trump's health, but then at the same time, he said, well, you know, if he were sick, I could step up. I'll be president. No problem. Where it's just like, well, hold please. Was he sick or is he not sick? You already know, I think J.D. Vance is a dweeb. And the thing that you have to really look into the J.D. about is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel, who is that? Palantir. What do they do? AI cyber defense. AI war. That's the basic and most easiest way to put it. They kill people with AI. And they think it's justified because they think people need to sleep and wake up scared. And whoever's waking up scared, that means the people they waking up scared of are the ones that are in power. I know, right? Real sick shit. Basically like dweeb mentality of like, man, I've never been the man, but now I feel like the man because I can blow people up from behind a computer. But JD is definitely throwing out the pedals of like, oh yeah, you know, just in case dementia does end up being on set a little bit early, I'm going to take this upon myself. And it's like, oh, shit could get spooky. I ain't gonna lie. You know what else is getting spooky? Us versus China. They beating the brakes off us, son. Their new solar, forgot what it is, by 2030, it's like, just in 1 year, it's like more power than we could ever get. And that's the thing. Our stupid-ass president is going to sit there and try to tell you that solar power energy is not the key. Why? Because then he's going to piss off policymakers and investors of oil, who are his homies. So he's going to talk about drill, baby, drill, when in reality, we're losing the technological race, we're losing the space race, and now China's kicking the shit out of us when it comes to energy. They have whole entire solar fucking fields out there, people. Even Elon Musk was like, oh, nah, son, we need to fix that, or President Xi about to have his way with me. But no, everything about America is about the fucking dollar, which is so crazy because it's just a piece of paper. And half that shit, all that shit, low-key, is fake. We in $37 trillion worth of debt. Everybody in the government right now just cares about lining up their own pockets. They don't care about you. They don't care about what the debt is. They care about how can I make myself more wealthy. And that's the problem we have. That's why people that are in government should not be able to publicly trade stocks. That's a very easy thing. Take your salary. If you really want to do this and make change, that's how you make change. The government isn't for people to get rich. That's what people treat it as right now. People say it out loud, which I don't want to be poor. Bitch, then go get a different job. Congress and government is for helping the people, not yourself. That's why we so fucked up in this country, people. I'm trying to tell you. I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Iniquitous News. Happy Friday, man. We back like cook crack. I'm going to see y'all next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to hate and subscribe. Merch out now. Link below. Start the whole community tab. I'm going to start using that way more often. And yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. This is another good episode of me. I had mad fun doing this shit, as y'all know. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week. I'm out.
You've just tuned in to another edition of Iniquitous News Network with Lawrence Johnson. Don't forget to hate and subscribe.